Good evening. This is Linda. In this vision, the Lord and I were standing in a marsh. The water was up to my waist. And as he turned from me, he said, "Follow me." And he began to walk through the water at quite a pace. So I began to follow him. But the water was much deeper for me than it was for him. And I began to notice that there were things moving in the water, which was completely unnerving to me. I don't like snakes. I don't like scary unknown things underwater. And there were many unknown things to me moving in the water, brushing up against my leg and swirling beside me. So I began to slow down, finally stopped as the Lord went on. I looked at the water, becoming overwhelmed at what might be around me and beside me in the water. The Lord stopped, turned, looked at me and said, "Follow me." And then he turned back around and walked ahead. He was already several steps in front of me by this time, and I thought, I have to hurry, I have to catch up. But I was so afraid to move. I moved very slowly as I looked all around me and couldn't gain a pace to catch up with him. Again, he stopped and turned around, and he smiled at me, and he said a little more firmly, "Follow me." And he turned back around and he walked on. So I thought, I'll do it. I'll catch up with him. I just won't look at the water. So I started to look up ahead of me, but in my peripheral vision, I was still looking at the water and everything moving around me. And then finally the Lord stopped, and he turned and he faced me. And he looked into my eyes from that distance, and he simply said, "Keep your eyes on me." And then he turned and began to slowly walk ahead. And I thought, okay, Lord, I'll keep my eyes on you. So I looked at his back, I looked at his shoulders, I looked at him, and the longer I looked at him, the more completely my peripheral vision began to diminish until I was just gazing at him. His confidence as he walked, his strength, his fearlessness, his joy, his peace, the air about him filled with love and light. And I began to be captivated with him. And before I knew it, I'd lost track of everything around me and had caught up to him by quickening my step and didn't even know that I had. I came out of that experience asking the Lord, "What is this?" He said, "It's the fear of the unknown. It always slows you down and it paralyzes you when you don't look to me. Listen to me and trust me." I know we all have fear of different things, and it's the fear of the unknown that has been the greatest nemesis in my life. I pray for you and for me that we won't fear circumstances. We won't fear the unknown and the what ifs, but will instead spend our time considering the Lord and his love and his power and his goodness, his good plans for us, the hope that he gives us, the courage to go on even when it's overwhelming to us, to go on with him, to take the steps we need to take every day, or to stand still and wait, or to lay down and rest. He knows what time it is, and he knows what time it isn't. If we trust him, we can walk with him. And to gain trust in him is to go on to know him. I pray that you'll open your Bible today and that you'll read a passage that he's leading you to, whether it's one line or verses or chapters. But let him talk to you through his word today. Ask him to speak to your heart today. Set your Bible aside and pray. Maybe get on your knees and say, Jesus, I want to know what you want to tell me today. And wait and listen. And the longer you do that, the more often you do that, you begin to gain trust in him as he begins to share things with you. Praying is talking to the Lord and listening to the Lord. Teach us, Father, how to pray. I bless you. I bless me to spend time with him today, to hear him, and to fall in love with him evermore, because the Lord surely is good.